So welcome to the UK News Today. Today we have news that after tourists who attend the car and swat attract the Windsor Castle end up at Buckingham Palace after satnav landed. Mohiussunnath Chowdhury, 26, allegedly throws at police outside the palace, then reached for the weapon, yelling Allahu Akbar heard. A tourist suspect arrested outside Buckingham armed with arms and armored driver said his palace heard the concert and police believe it is the 20 plan to head Western. Police believe it's down his stable set him a pub of name in central London instead. He was in court yesterday after allegedly trying at the police outside the palace. He claimed he reached for the 50 sword yelling at Allahu Akbar. When checked by officials, 3 officials suffered minor injuries last Friday. Detectives believe the car didn't appear to show. Cloud left his London home address at 10:30 p.m. after putting Windsor Castle into his satnav. Almost an hour later, arrived in Windsor outside the castle at about 8:15 p.m. It caught the custodian held in London by the palace. The blue Toyota Prius is believed to have drawn a loop before stopping by a police van. Chowdhury appeared at the Westminster Magistrates Court on Thursday charged with appeal at the act of terrorism. He was remanded in custody to appear at the Abbey later this month. The Metropolitan Police said they believe the suspect was acting alone on Wednesday. On Thursday, the 30-year-old man arrested in West London on Sunday. He was questioned by the counter-terrorist police investigation in the incident. We faced no further action. It is understood that no members of the royal family were. Buckingham Palace where the alleged attack happened in the restricted area in Constitution Hill. Thank you very much for listening to the KU today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe our channel to get my news. Thank you. So welcome to the UK News Today. Today we have news that it's the best I have felt my whole life. Max 9 tells delayed after life-saving heart transplant. After waiting months for an organ donor, the 9-year-old finally had the operation that puts an end to a crippling cardiac illness, leading to him being rushed to the hospital last December. Amazon beamed with joy after being given a new chance at life with his new heart. Beaming with joy, Max Jackson flings his arms in the air as he tells how his heart transplant has given him an amazing new lease of life. After waiting months for an organ donor, the 9-year-old finally had the operation that puts an end to the crippling cardiac illness that led to him being rushed to hospital last December. Sitting in his private hospital room, when the mirror was allowed to special access, delighted Max declared, "It is the best I have felt in my whole life. I just love the way I feel. Take the whole of my heart to warm up and cool down if I exercise. It is really weird walking around without holding something with my tubes on. I'm looking forward to see my friends and go back to school. Pointing the 6-inch scare on his chest, he said, "It just feels amazing." It's come only weeks after the celebrating Ilma's age. Theresa May to back the mirrors changed the law of life champion, where one is considered an organ donor unless they are opt out. And he is calling on MP to back Mac's law. The private members' bill set up in his name. With Charles' plain logic, he said, "I hope they do bring it in. I don't think people will say no. It is going to help save lives. Why would MP say no?" Mac's overjoyed parents, Paul and Emma Jackson, praised the medical team at the Newcastle Freeman Hospital who carried out the 9-hour transplant in the past few weeks, as well as the donor's selfless family. Market research Emma, 47, who has spent 8 months traveling from her home in Windsor Castle to be at her son's side, said, "I feel like there have been 3 miracles. There is a miracle of keeping Max alive on his heart pump before or the op. 2 years ago, they did not exist, and he would not have been here. The second is the heart transplant itself, and the fact he is recovering so well. Touch wood. The third is a family who said, should go on donation, with all eyes on the family having courage to say yes to save Mark's life. The first, the most difficult circumstances, I will never forget it. That is definitely a miracle, saved Mark's. Civil servant Paul, 44, also paid the tribute to the surgical and medical teams looking after her son. He said, "They are amazing. Even the scar is tiny." Mark almost had a transplant the same week as this one. The heart was viable. There came news he and Paul's brother Henry XII had been waiting for another organ had been found. His mom said, "It is hard to describe the remarks wait man then offers 2 hearts with a week. They did not know the transplant would go ahead until the mark was well into written. But when the moment came, he got a shoot from his brother, posed for a photo and told his parents, 'I loved you. See you in 2 days.' Emma told how Max was allowed to leave a ward for the first time to turn the first waiter's Scott House home from home, provided by Children Trust. She said, "We were hiding under the butte and the should love me candle-like wood at home. I kept grabbing his checks because they are so rusty. An X-ray of his heart before the transplant showed how enlarged it had become due to the dilated cardiomyopathy he suffered. It looks like the whole cloud beneath his ribs, so big and has been rushed to his chest bone forward. Because of his poor calculation, the youngster suffered both eyesight and tummy problems. But they have since disappeared," doctors say. "He will probably feel so bad because he has been ill for so long. He cannot remember what it was like to be well. Mac has a ward clothing place for how-clothed school and thus to the infection where he is on track to ensure His body does not reject new organ, but is already on the road to recover. With skin cheek, hair, appetite, and new fitness regime, which has already been in. He see him jogging on a running machine in hospital gym. Mark must remain on drugs to protect his heart for the rest of his life. Mark's parents believe the Mirror campaign has made a difference to their quest of the new organ, and they have vowed to carry on supporting it. Emma said, "The donor family may have heard our story and has done so much to raise awareness." Freeman's doctor of heart and lung transplantation of Israel appealed for more donors. He said nearly 20% of children die because of the lack of donor organs. We hope raising awareness can help change this. Now it's time for England and NE to embrace opt-out. Only for EU nations, Germany, Holland, England, Netherlands, Ireland, do not have an opt-out organ donor system. The scheme has resulted in a rise in the number of transplants since it was introduced there, and Scotland is out of it. This week, the Republic of Ireland became the latest country to introduce the model. Health Minister Simon Henry's pledge put in place the best scheme to ensure the maximum organ donation. He said, "We are encouraging criticism to have the conversation with loved ones to make organ donation the norm." The new Mirror is calling on England and Netherlands, Ireland to follow suit. More than 11,300 people have backed our petition calling to Theresa May make it the law. 1,000 more signed organ donor registered after reading our first story on the plight of 9-year-old Max in June, and when the ailment intends to look at the success of the system in Wales with a view to introducing it. The Welsh government is confident it will notch 25% increase in the number of donors. For more information, just visit www.organdonation.co.uk and sign our petition at mirror.com.uk. Thanks you very much for listening to the UK News today. I hope you enjoyed this news. Please subscribe our channels to get more news. Thank you.